Rhode Island is no longer, and you can talk about this as we get into mortgage business, that we're not a declining market anymore.
No.
No, and we haven't been for some time now. So when Rhode Island isn't painted by the stigma of being a declining market, what that means is that there's more mortgage programs open to the people who are applying for mortgages.
You're right, and what we use to determine whether or not Rhode Island is in a declining market is Fannie Mae would normally tack an extra 5% down on its minimum down payment for areas that were quote unquote in a declining market or a distressed market, and we're seeing the 5% down come back, which I think is very positive.
I had a listing. This is going back a year and a half ago when we were smack dab in the middle of a declining market, and it was a wonderful condo in Cranston. It was a 3-family house that was made into condos. It was a great condo. The condo price was about $150,000, but because we were in a declining market, you had to put $15,000 down.
If you wanted a Fannie Mae loan, correct.
And most people that are buying a $150,000 property don't have $15,000 to put down.
No, typically it's a first-time home buyer,
right?
Less down.
And the seller, and because it was a 3-family that was converted to condos, there were a lot of funky rules about that as well. So you had to go conventional. Like, you couldn't go FHA, you couldn't do other first-time programs. You had to go conventional. And the seller was like, "What can I do?" And I said, "It doesn't matter what you do right now, because even if you dropped it $30,000,
you're at the mercy of the rules
right.
for condo financing.
Someone still has to come up with $12,000, which is as likely as $15,000. So once we got out of that stigma of being a declining market, that's when you saw a lot of things happening. Like Chaz said, now someone can go in with 5% down.
Correct.
And they get these properties off the books. So we're also seeing, like I said, the sales prices going up. $268,000 for the average sale price, that's pretty good. And that was 93% of the list price. So again, things are being priced well. And the average days on market for these solds, 115 days.
Wow.
A little bit longer, but still it's way less than ones that are still hanging out there active. Ones that are out there active that are not impending, their average days on market's 151 and counting. Okay, so that's a good thing. Condos, we've seen the condo numbers come down. We've seen the active numbers come down. We're down to 1,273. And this is kind of strange. The last few weeks, condos have had a bit of a surge. And the average list price of the condos that are out there is $334,000. We had 16 sell last week, and that we're back into double-digit sales of condos. We had been in the teens, and then it was up to the 20s. We were up to over 30 a few weeks. A few weeks in a row. This is going back early winter, and then it started to drop down a bit. But now we're seeing them come back up, and so 16 condos did close last week, and the average sale price, $212,000.
And the more condos that sell, the easier it becomes for financing.
Exactly.
Because you get people who move into the condos, hopefully they're owner occupied, and they start to meet the guidelines set forth by Fannie and Freddie and HUD.
Right, and that's a great point to allude to, in that when you're going for purchase a condominium, as we say, you're kind of bound by the rules now. Your condo association has to have a certain percentage of owners versus renters, right?
Correct.
And so the more owners in there, the more people are able to buy even more of a number. The average days on market for the condos that sold, 88.
That's a lot less than the single families.
Yeah, it's condos have had a little bit of a surge lately, so that's good to see.